Hi, I'm Landon with HowToRecord101.com. Today we're going to talk about how to use the Behringer X32 in your recording studio. The X32 is a powerhouse when you consider the Midas preamps and all that it offers in a recording studio. The X32 will connect to your computer using a USB 2 cable. The X32 console will track 32 individual tracks to your DAW. The X32 Compact and the X32 Rack will track 16 individual inputs to your DAW. In my studio, my vocal mic goes to channel 14 on my X32 Rack. The vocal goes through the pre-gain or trim. This calibrates the input volume. Then the signal goes direct through the USB wire to the channel in my recording software that is assigned to 14, or the right of 13 and 14. Windows thinks in stereo channels. Because the audio goes to the computer directly after the pre-gain, the fader on the X32 does not affect the input volume to the computer. Even the mute button does not affect the signal going to the computer for the recording. This is great because in the studio, it is important not to move your recording levels. So when you are needing to listen to the inputs and change the volumes during the recording, the input level on the recording will stay still, making it much easier to mix later. My microphones and inputs are assigned to my mixer as follows. Channels 1 through 10 are assigned to my drum booth for drum mic inputs. Channels 11 through 16 are inputs in my main room, like the vocal mics and instrument mics. I totally mix everything using my DAW and plugins for compression, EQ, and effects, and mastering processing, all within the computer. We then mix to a final WAV file on the computer. The playback from the computer comes down the USB cable, which is on aux input 1 and 2. My monitors in the studio are plugged up to the stereo main out of the X32 mixer. My vocalist headphone mix is set by using bus 1 on the X32 console. I use a pre-fader aux mix so that the level on my singer's headphones do not change when I change each channel fader on the board. Bus 2, 3, and 4 are in my main recording room, and aux 5 is in the drum booth. I use a headphone preamp to run the headphones. Bus 1 through 5 each go from outputs 1 through 5 on the Behringer mixer to inputs 1 through 5 on the headphone preamp. Then each output of the headphone preamp goes to each headphone in the studio. When I am adjusting the volumes for each mic during the recording, items that are live during the take will be adjusted by turning up the aux level on the corresponding channel. For instance, if the vocalist wants more of her voice in her headphones, I would go to channel 14 on the X32 console, which is her vocal mic, and turn up bus 1, her headphone mix, on channel 14. If the drummer wants more snare in his monitor, I would go to channel 2 on the X32, which is snare, and turn up bus 5, which is the drum monitor, on channel 2. If we are tracking additional vocals or instruments to a song that has already been recorded, the vocalist will be listening to the computer mix, which is on aux input 1 and 2. If she needs to hear more of the computer in her headphones, I will go to aux input 1 and 2 and turn up bus 1, which is her mix. Utilizing the X32 in the studio can really maximize your sound and your workflow. Thank you so much for watching. I would like to encourage you to download our free guide to better vocals. This guide will give you insight into ways to make your vocals better without even having to buy more gear. There is also a checklist to help you develop some great habits. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel to stay up to date about everything you need to know about home studio recording. I'm Landon Grace. Thanks so much for watching.